Hi there, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Marnise Nicole and I'm an acrylic painter, and today I'm sharing with you my first ever completed sketchbook, and I'm absolutely amazed that I've completed this sketchbook. You don't even know how much work I've put into it, and I'm so excited that I have this first sketchbook to share with you as I'm completing it. I love watching sketchbook tours, but mostly you see sketchbooks from accomplished artists. They have developed their style, they have developed what they do in their sketchbooks, what type of information they are keeping there, what kind of sketches they're going through. And this was brand new for me. This was an open book, and I was so excited about that. Now, starting off, this is not by any means perfect. I definitely was just putting pen to paper, doing whatever I felt like. A lot of these first pieces were pieces I just saw online on Pinterest, and I'll be linking that folder down below, but that's okay. That's okay. And this piece is an oil pastel. These are me just practicing lettering and my signature. These pieces were just pencil sketches that I kind of quickly drew to see what I could do, what I could really just start off with. I wasn't really sure how to start. The next couple of pieces that we're going to flip right through, they're all sketches from my Pinterest folder, people I saw, photos I saw that I liked, and I just went ahead and tried to get shapes down. As a starting artist, I really didn't know what to do, how to go about sketching, how to go about drawing, what to draw, what subjects, anything like that. And so I started playing around with markers, and this piece you can see here, and these pieces I started to try to do like cool things with outlining, and I tried to go ahead with this next piece to capture shadowing with a pencil. And mostly I just did a lot of erasing. And this next piece, again, trying to work on shadowing, trying to work on proportions, even though you can clearly see I was bad at it. Trying to work on actual concepts. She's laying down reading a book. This one is with oil pastels. Not my best, and it smudged a lot. And I realized pencil does not just stay in place. More Pinterest pieces, just gotten offline. It takes me quite a few pages before I realized maybe I shouldn't be just copying what I see, and maybe I should start, trying to do my own pieces. I did continue to work with markers, with these 3 markers I had: an orange and green and a purple and a gray, and actually that's 4, but I just had these 4 markers and I used them throughout the book for lining, for trying to create more interesting, textures and things. These pieces are fun, and that one is actually of my twin sister drinking Coke, and the next piece is actually of a plus size model that I saw, and I really just loved her stance, how she was standing in a photo. And again, I was just trying my best to figure things out. This one I really love. This piece is just a quick 5-minute sketch I did while watching a booktube video. His name is Richard, and I'll link his channel down below. And then I started doing some quick sketches, some quick poses. All of these were from YouTube models who do the little pose videos, and I tried my best to capture the poses, but I'm still no good at anatomy by any means. And this piece right here I did in the library, and it was my first live kind of sketch of an older man reading a paper. I had fun doing some coloring with that. More Coke, because I am addicted to Coke soda. I love it so much, and it's always around me. This one I really like. You can see I'm starting to develop some kind of proportions, and this piece right here is the first watercolor piece that I did. This is a family portrait. I did a little boo-boo there with that sticky note, but that's okay. There's no mistakes in a sketchbook, or in art, really. I've learned that the hard way. Again, I finally developed kind of what I'm going to do with noses in this picture. Noses are hard for me, but I figured it out. More sticky note errors. Those always pop up a lot. And you know what? It makes the sketchbook fun. I like seeing the different color sticky notes and seeing that it kind of adds a little something to this. And here I've finally stepped away from reference Pinterest photos. I'm just doing my own thing. I threw in some animals. I love this bunny. It's one of my favorite pieces in the sketchbook. I love the bunny and the shadows and everything, and so I went ahead and did a duck and a polar bear too, and I really want to do more animals. And then it's my birthday, so this is now around February. Just did a little gift box and a cupcake and a little ring. This was a really tough day. I was actually in the hospital waiting for news on my grandfather, and so I did these 3 sketches in pencil. The next one is actually a sketch of my grandmother. She was just waiting, and I really wanted to kind of capture the feeling, I guess, while I sat there and witnessed it happen. And so there's that. And then I captured this guy. He was painting the hospital wall, and he was painting it such a bright, fun color, and I was just like, yes, that's what you want to see in a hospital, bright, fun colors. This piece is another watercolor, another attempt, and I tried to capture someone leaning over. That didn't really work. This piece is another one from Pinterest. I really like the hallway idea, so I wanted to play around with it. This was someone sitting in a windowsill. It did not come out the best, but I tried, and that's the best thing about a sketchbook, is you can try out everything and see how it works. This is my first little chibi kind of anime character. I really had fun with this, and I really wish I would have colored her in. This was an abstract. That's what I'm going to call it, an abstract. There are no words. There's a vase. There's supposed to be flowers. Ugh. Here's another one where I was working on shadowing and the depth of it that you can get with a black marker. And this was so much fun. I played around with this, and I was like, you know what? It's a sketchbook. I can do what I want. And right now I feel like doing whatever. And so that's how that piece came about. It's crazy because you can do anything in your sketchbook, and it's amazing that you can do it. It's your personal documentation. Now these next few pieces are all trying to capture a prompt of some kind. This old woman is stern. This next female is surprised. I was trying to capture facial expressions. This was another 2-minute pose, or a 3-minute pose actually, and this was it developed. I tried to see what I could do with it in 5 minutes versus the 3. And some reference photos, an unfinished piece that I forgot was in there, and an unfinished piece again. Now this is for our snacks haul. You've seen it before, and this one was just a quick piece. Now this right here marked a new pivotal point in my sketchbook. I found something. I found an idea. I found everything. I discovered my thing, and it was markers, and specifically it was concept markers. I love them. I love what you can do with them, and just markers in general. I found that I love them, that they're a new medium for me, that they're amazing, and that I can work a different way in my sketchbook. I can create such great work, different from my acrylic work, but such great and creative work with markers. And so this page was the turning point. I even marked it here. Oh my God, I love these concept markers. And this piece started a whole different trend for the rest and remainder of this first sketchbook, guys. I continued on playing around to see what I could do. I started to, find my favorite characters, and this was actually a Disney sketch that I did of Ariel, and I really, really wanted to see, hey, can I recreate some of my favorite fan art? Another piece, kind of a scene. I wanted to see if I could do something like the ocean with markers. That's fun. Now I still had some mishaps. Sometimes things don't always go as you plan, like this piece right here. And then sometimes the pieces come out amazing. This was another favorite of mine from the sketchbook. Now this concept markers, they tend to bleed. And what happened was the outframing of her shoulders and her face kind of like outlined something for this piece. But instead of, trying to cover it or try to erase it or, skipping this page because it was bled through, I went with it and I created around it, and I really like this cool guy. He has his funky little sweater on with his curly hair, his curly mustache, and this abstract piece right here is so much fun, and I really love it. This is another self-portrait. This was made with my Tombow pens when I was first testing them out, and this was a nice quick piece. And this was a sketch. I'm trying to do more guys. I really don't sketch or paint or anything a lot of male forms, but I was trying. And here's a piece that I love. I went into such a calm place when I was doing this, just more into geometric shapes now, and I wanted to see what I could do. And this piece was really fun. The tie that became the man that became the thing. And this was fun, and I worked a little bit with some thinning out and some shading of the marker, because you can use it like a water brush or a water color, and this was fun. This is another piece. I found that the Tombow markers left little restraints on me, and I felt like I could just do anything, and so I did. Whatever came to mind, doodling, creating these fun abstract pieces. I'm really fond of this one. It gives such a I'm very cool feeling. And again, playing around with those markers. A little mouse on a journey on the edge of a mountain. See, the markers made me turn into like a fun person. I think I was taking my sketchbook way too seriously. And once I got the Tombow markers, or once I got markers in general and discovered them, I could have fun. This is a piece I really love. I kind of love the framing aspect, and you'll see that I take it throughout the rest of the sketchbook, kind of the framing aspect of her and the little outline. One, feels like it gives the piece some definition. Two, I'm not really good with hands, so it gave me a reason to cut them off. That's always fun, working towards your strengths. This is something I did with some of my Art Snacks products that I got. Purple Copics sketch pen, a green pen, one of their black markers I got. I try to use everything that I get from those boxes as frequently as possible. They're great products. I love the Art Snacks. I can't preach enough about how great they are. This did not come out as intended. If you know the YouTuber Charles Gross, this is supposed to be kind of like a sketch of one of his side looks, but it didn't come out exactly looking like him, and I still have to work on my male proportions and figures and all of that. So more abstracts with the Tombow markers. I honestly can't say how much fun I've had since I've discovered markers. Like, it really gave me an interesting take to do anything, to be fun, be free, and pieces like this came out of it. Here's a self-portrait. Not my best, but it looks like me. Definitely got the chin down. Oh, this was so fun. I love this. I started doing these weird hair concepts, and they're really fun. And here's an ice cream cone because it was hot. And another fun abstract piece with the Tombow brush pens. Doodling with some flowers and some candy and some hearts. This was a still life. I tried to draw a shopping bag. Came out really good, surprisingly. Oh, this was fun. I tried to do a character. So it started off with like one of those Febreze things, like air fresheners, but somehow I turned it into like an evil character who's dripping bloody mouth because he killed somebody, and there's that. And it says fresh to death. So fresh. Oh, this, my friends, was an attempt at a cityscape using a lot of water, but the paper didn't really take it well, and so I need to work more on cityscapes. This was one. I kind of did like an abstract character here. Really like the effects of the water brush against the Tombow markers. And more. If you can't tell by now, I'm obsessed. This was a perfume bottle that I have. So I just sketched that out one night. And like I said, I'm not the most perfect person. I do make errors. But you know what? I have fun still. So there's that. And this was just a throwaway page. I was just playing around. But I did do a teapot. Another monster character, which started off as a hairbrush. And then I added eyes and hair and roar. This piece I had a lot of fun with. Saw a pose in a magazine and I was like, hey, can I do that? And I really had fun time creating the clothes. I'm not really a great person when it comes to shadowing clothes, but this was fun. And one more self-portrait of myself. Not the best. I got the eyes wrong this time. This one doesn't really look like me, but I love the hair. This is a piece I did without reference. This is another piece I did with more simplistic colors, just gray and a little orange. I really like how it kind of stands out with the more simplistic palette. This is my favorite piece. This is a picture of my dog. I don't do a lot of animals, and so the fact that I could get so close a likeness to her is great. This is Foxy. She's my dog. She's 3 and she's beautiful and I love her. And then this is something I did at work that I just decided to stick in here. This piece I should have redone with a reference. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of had a look in mind. Wanted to play with doing jewelry. But I really love the fade in the hair from start to bottom. And then this piece, I really want to do this in a full scale. I really like the hair with the simple tone skin and the green background. I really feel like that's going to be a piece I work on in the future as a full painting. I did a cake in celebration of this almost being finished. And a strawberry because I just went to the store and got some fresh strawberry fruit for my smoothies. And this, one of my most proudest pieces, because one, this really looks like me. This is a self-portrait again, as many of my pieces are, and I love the pop of red and the square background. I really love the stylizing of this piece, and I love the hair in the face. I love the skin tone I was able to create with the Tombow markers. I'm so glad I got the portrait set, and I really love this piece. I want to do more like it. This is another piece that I played around with. And finally, coming in close to the end, this is a quick piece I did. This was a quick 5-minute, if that, sketch I did. And one of the last pieces did not come out as planned, but I really still like it. This was a lot of water, made it, drain a lot, but I still love it. And one more piece. Again, these borders and this type of stylizing for the marker pieces I really, really love. And lastly, I finished this off with my cell phone on the day that I finished this sketchbook. And I felt like that was a great way to conclude this piece with the time and the date that I completed this sketchbook, guys. So that is everything. This is my completed sketchbook. It took me from December until June to finish the sketchbook. And guys, it's finally done. It's finally done. And I'm so happy about that. It took so long for me to figure out what I wanted this sketchbook to accomplish, what I wanted to improve with in this sketchbook, what I wanted to work on. And it took me so long to discover that I had a different style when it came to using markers and sketching, and it really helped me grow. Like, I can honestly say keeping this sketchbook was one of the best decisions I ever made so far in my artist career. You can definitely tell that my proportions have improved, that my figures and my definition of my characters have improved. You can tell that I have improved with like kind of my composition of my paintings. All of that I attribute to this sketchbook and keeping it for so long. And I can't wait to look back at it in a year and be like, oh, I did this. Oh, this is very inspiring. I remember when I loved this style. Let's try it again. I cannot wait to be able to go 10 years from now and like, guys, this was my first ever sketchbook. Still, when you look back on your older work, definitely just know that your work has grown and you have proof of it. Your sketchbook is proof that you have progressed, that you have grown, that you have developed, that you have come so far. Guys, you have come so far. And this sketchbook has proved that 100% to me. I have come so far. Now, going forward, I'm definitely sure that I don't want this big a sketchbook. I think it was like 60 pages. Maybe it was even 100 pages. God, I hope it wasn't 100 pages. I covered this part up. So I'm not really sure what it was originally, but it was a lot of pages. And now I know that there are sketchbooks that are only 30 pages or only 20 pages, and I want one of those. Also, I feel like I have a specific style that I want to develop more. Pieces like this, like this, like this, like this, and this, and definitely this. I like this style that I was able to develop with these markers, and for my next sketchbook I want to focus on it. I want to see what I can really do with pieces like this. I'm hoping that the next sketchbook will be done by December. 2 sketchbooks completed in a year sounds good to me. So that is everything. Again, my name is Marnise Nicole. This has been my sketchbook tour, my first ever sketchbook tour of my first ever sketchbook. Now, if you just want to subscribe, you can go ahead and click right here, or see my latest video, click right here. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Marnise Nicole, and I'm an acrylic painter. You have a great day. Bye.